Small portions of animal food were also supplied by the taiga. There were no livestock or any domestic animals. I didn't have time to find out why. Most likely, the dugout ark in which the Lykovs moved up the Abakan did not have enough room for living creatures. But, perhaps, consciously, the Lykovs decided not to start the house creature. It would be safer to hide and live more inconspicuously. For many years there was no barking, no cock crowing, no mooing, no bleating, no meowing from their hut. Neighbor, enemy and friend was only a wildlife, not poor in this taiga. Fearful birds, nutcrackers, were constantly twirling around the house. In the moss by the stream, they had a habit of hiding nuts, and then they looked for them, plowing at the very feet of a passing person. The hazel grouses bred their offspring right outside the garden. 2 crows, old timers of this mountain, had a nest down the stream, possibly older than the hut. By their alarming cry, the Lykovs knew about the approach of bad weather, and by flying in circles, that someone had fallen into a trapping pit. Occasionally a lynx appeared here in winter. Without hiding, she casually walked around the estate. Once, for the sake of curiosity, probably for the sake of, she even scratched the door by the hut and disappeared as slowly as she had appeared. The sable dogs left footprints in the snow. Wolves also appeared occasionally, attracted by the smell of smoke and curiosity. But, having made sure that there was nothing to profit from, they retired to the places where the merles kept. In the summer, Agafia's favorites, Plisky, settled in the woods and under the roof. At first I did not understand who she was talking about, but Agafia shook her hand expressively. Wagtails. Large bird paths do not run over this taiga place. Only once, in the autumn fog, the Lykovs were alarmed by a shout from a lonely crane, which was apparently blown in by the winds. He rushed here and there over the river valley for 2 days. He embarrassed the soul, and then he died. Later, Dmitri found the paws and wings of a bird that had died and been eaten by someone near the water. The Lykovs' loneliness in the taiga was shared by a bear for several years. The beast was not large and impudent. He appeared only occasionally. He stomped around, sniffed the air near the storage and left. When they made a mistake, the bear, trying not to be seen by people, followed them relentlessly, picking up what they had dropped under the cedars. We began to leave him bumps. He also hungers, stores fat for the winter. This alliance with the bear was unexpectedly interrupted by the appearance of a larger beast. Near the path leading to the river, the bears grabbed, the Velmi roared, and 5 days later Dmitri found an old friend, half eaten by his larger brother. The Lykovs' quiet life was over. The newcomer behaved like a master, ruined one of the walnuts, and, appearing near the hut, he so frightened Agafia that she fell ill for 6 months. The leg stopped obeying. It became dangerous to go to the taiga on any business. The bear was unanimously sentenced to death. But how can such a sentence be carried out? No weapons. We dug a hole on the path to the raspberry tree. The bear got into it, but got out? The depth of the hole was not calculated, and the beast passed the pointed stakes. Dmitri made a spear in the fall, hoping to overtake the beast in the den. But the den was not found. Realizing that in the spring the hungry beast would be especially dangerous, Savin and Dmitri built a kalemka, a log trap with a bait, and a watchdog door falling from above. In the spring, the bear was caught, but, having turned the logs of the trap, left. I had to ask the geologists for a gun. Dmitri, knowing the bear trails, put a crossbow on the most reliable of them. This thing worked. Once we see the crow soared. We went carefully and we see, lying on the path, defeated. Have you tasted the bears? No, they left it to be eaten by a small animal. We do not eat those that have a paw. God orders only those who have hooves to eat, said the old man. I ask you to share these videos in your social networks, using the buttons under the video and subscribe to the channel. I ask you to go and watch other videos about Agafia Lykova, which you now see on the screen in the end screensavers.